Hey, this is Nick Nielsen, mad scientist of muscle, and what I've got for you here is pre-exhaust lactic acid training for your chest. Now, the goal of this one is to burn your chest to cinders, essentially. What we're going to be doing here is starting with continuous tension dumbbell flies with a relatively light to moderate weight. So you're going to do the exercise not coming all the way up to the top, but just staying a bit short so you maintain a contraction. This keeps all the blood in the muscle, keeps the lactic acid in the muscle. We're trying to develop and maximize the burn, essentially. Because more lactic acid means growth hormone, which means stubborn fat loss. So, immediately after doing as many as you can of the dumbbell flies, basically until you can no longer move the weights very well, you're going to switch and do dumbbell presses. So this is where the pre-exhaust comes in. After cranking up as much lactic acid in here, you're going to use your triceps and your shoulders to continue cranking up lactic acid by forcing even more blood into your chest and by forcing basically the muscles to do more work and produce more lactic acid, aka lactate. So when you're doing the press, you also want to focus on maintaining continuous contraction in the pecs as you're doing it. So no locking out at the top and resting. You want to really hold that contraction and force it the entire way through. So yes, it's going to hurt. Yes, you're going to use fairly light weight. I'm just using comparative 40s here, but man, I'll tell you, it works. So here's what it looks like. So what you want to do is pick up the dumbbells, lie back, and then start with dumbbell flies. Now for me personally, I like to do flies with about a 45-degree angle on the dumbbells. I find that's the easiest for me on the shoulders. You can do these however you feel works best for you. But for me, I find that shoulder angle to be just about right. Take a good stretch at the bottom and don't come fully up to the top. You want to try and make sure that you're getting that continuous tension as you're doing the dumbbell flies. Now, once you really get that burn going, and you don't need to go super high reps with the flies, you're using a moderate weight for flies here, so you're looking kind of at around the 10 to 12 rep range for this exercise. And then you're going to switch over to dumbbell bench press. Again, focusing on continuous tension in the chest as you're doing the exercise. Now, what I recommend in terms of rest periods is to rest 1 minute between the combination pre-exhaust sets and then do another set, and do this for 3 to 4 sets. So that means when you're doing flies to press, that's 1 set. Rest 1 minute, flies to press, 1 more set. Rest 1 minute, etc. So that's going to be what we're looking for here. Now, you may find that you're actually going to get more reps on the flies than you do on the dumbbell bench press because your chest is that basically choked up and fatigued with the lactate/lactic acid buildup. Totally fine. We're not looking for a big muscle building set on the press. Basically, you're using the pre-exhaust of the isolation exercise to get that muscle filled with lactic acid, and then you're going to use your triceps and your shoulders to really push that chest even further into that overload of lactic acid. Again, this is a phenomenal technique for building up that growth hormone, which is critical hormone for unlocking stubborn body fat. So this is a great technique to do, especially when you're on a lower carb diet or training fasting.